All right, so the timeline was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 comes out, or even before that, really before that, shortly. Henry is made potentially gay through a quest line, so that was the first backlash. And then a combination of obviously people who are majority anti-woke for the most part, and also Christian zealots, if you want to call them that, decided to combine and started going after the game for that reason. And you know what? And this is what I've always said throughout many streams. Like, I get it, right? I get the whole thing about Vavra's community manager said XYZ on the YouTube account. Warhorse Studio was run by that community manager, Daniel Vavra, which we're going to go over his responses because they're absolutely fucking dumb. He has you know what I don't like about Daniel Vavra is that he will answer you but not answer you. Like, he'll respond to you, but then he'll respond with something he'll respond with something so vague that it's going to make you want to ask more and then give you no answer, and it's all just to farm more attention on the game. And it's not a bad business move, don't get me wrong.
That's a great marketing tactic though. I love that he does that.
But it leads to customer dissent though. That's the issue, right? Yeah, it might be great for press and it might be great for marketing, and especially since they don't really have that high of a budget, right? These guys, like, their currency is not worth nowhere near as much as USD. Their last game with marketing was 36 some odd $1 million. So this game's about that with marketing. It's really not that huge of a budget. So when you sit there and you create dissent among customers because you think this is gonna create, you know, some sort of, I don't know, free press or whatever. But then when you really look at Vavra's history, the guy is just a controversial guy. Like, that's how he is. He's always been that way. He always handles situations terribly, and it's really fucking bad overall. And it's part of the reason why original Gamergate hated him.
Right, yeah. I mean, it seems to be abundantly clear to everybody who's seen that game or engaged with it in any real way and isn't a fucking zealot in one way or another that the game is not woke. It's primarily focused on delivering interesting gameplay, a fun loop, and everything like that. And it just happens to include, you know, a few things that are a little bit questionable, like, you know, the black nobleman and stuff like that. But and of course the gay optional quest, but at the end of the day, it's not hitting you over the head with it. It's not trying to drag your willing suspension of disbelief back into 21st century contemporary politics. It's obviously not doing anything to subvert traditional values or anything like that. So if it's not doing that, then it actually is not woke. People seem to forget what woke actually means, which is effectively basically a psyop to destabilize society using identities as classes. It's Marxist, and it's not woke.
Could we argue that even though the game is not subversive, could we argue that Vavra was?
Oh, Vavra definitely is. Vavra's done, absolutely. Vavra is gone into business for himself.
He might be divisive, but I wouldn't say he's subversive.
I'm just saying, people would argue subversion from him because of the fact that he tried, well, like I say, he would answer without answering, be very vague, and people were asking him very direct questions, and he would always answer with the most politician answer possible, and that's why people are feeling like they got subverted, because he just wouldn't be straight up with them.
Yeah, definitely, and he's antagonistic as well, which hasn't helped.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
We're certain at a point where if anybody, like, okay, you've got a black dude, a gay optional side quest, and the guy behind the game is insulting you. Oh, it's woke. But actually, no, again, it's gameplay first. So as the actual product is not woke, almost everything surrounding it is. So I can see how people get confused, but it's important to make that distinction. Unfortunately, some people are so unable to slow down, take it down a fucking gear, and be rational that it's ended in a fucking civil war.
This is why I hate this conversation really quick. So you get comments like this. It's like they all agreed not to talk about the pedophile scene. So we literally just said,
"Oh God, here we fucking go, bro!"
We just said we're gonna start from the beginning to the end.
Just before we get into anything like with that,
oh my God, dude,
the ages of consent in medieval.
Don't even about not yet. Let them wait and let them earn it. Let them earn it, because we're gonna get to that point. So let's just go through the ropes of all the drama that's this game's been experiencing.
To counter Will, though, what people are saying, and maybe this is jumping ahead, so I'll let you go. No, sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just saying, let's just start from the top. Like, okay, so the game scene, we're arguing. We're arguing about Vavra, whether or not he was being subversive at this point. So
could I
overall,
say, if we're going to talk about Vavra, could I say, is it potentially what happened? Because nobody knows him very well, but just from the outside looking in, could it be like an RTU type situation? Like,
what do you mean?
Like a flip flop, or someone that just gets the mind virus and they just completely flip sides.
But where are we getting these flip sides? I'm confused. Again, the guy might be a dick. Maybe he's subversive. I don't think
because in the original game, he was very pro. He's straight. There were no black people in Bohemia, and then he got fought against by the journalists, and then people are arguing that he got with the
if you're gonna call him woke, then you've got to give evidence beyond gay and black. That doesn't mean woke.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he just decided to.
The game is what
Smash.
People are asking.
So the black guy is basically a slave with a traveling army that's not even part of Bohemia. It's not even part of like where
part of him talking. He doesn't sound like a slave at all. He sounds like a very well-educated person. He talks about his education. I don't think he's a slave at all.
But the question is, he's talking down to the white people about their culture. The dude, okay, so you got a patriotic black dude talking proudly about his home country. What do you want to do? Oh, massa, your white country so much better than mine. Like, no, I would want the character from a different country.
The conversation is,
I just think it counters what he originally said. That's all. That's all.
Does it though? Because he said there's no black people in Bohemia. He's not from Bohemia.
A common issue with this game is the way it's being represented. Like people like screen cap like someone a character's like side or what they stand for and be like, oh, this game is anti this. But like you have to understand that all these characters have their own like personality, they have their own stakes, they have their own likes and dislikes. Every character from what I played so far has their own thing going on. Like you can't just judge that a game is, I don't know, anti this or anti that. If all these characters are different and they have their own thing that they support and they're against, that isn't necessarily the whole game being promoting of this or that. I just feel like a lot of this is just misleading, and a lot of people just clearly want to create their own narrative on this game. I think because of what characters are doing what from what scenario.
I think it goes a lot deeper than that, because there are conspiracy theories, which is, I know there's nothing to it, but as we know with conspiracy theories these days, there's speculation that adding specific aspects to a game gets you additional nods to game awards, potential game of a year nominations, potential ESG scores raised. Do you think there's anything to any of that for these characteristics?
That is the problem, because we haven't found like the smoking gun yet. We don't.
I would say no. If there was, they would have led with that in the marketing. Like that's 100. They would have pulled a Dragon Age. They would have been like, "Oh man, look how great Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is. We've got homos in the game. We've got black people in the game." But they didn't lead with that in the marketing. In fact, that wasn't the marketing at all.
He addressed all of it on X, and that is leading with the marketing before the game.
No, he addressed it. For him to address it, someone else has to bring it up.
Well, there was the situation of it coming up with the Saudi Arabia and stuff, and I agree with you. I'm just saying,
other people brought it up though, so they didn't lead with that in the marketing.
Like you're trying to tell me that this would not. You can't tell me that's the same thing with Last of Us 2. You can't tell me they didn't expect this to be the story about the game. Why the hell else?
No. Last of Us 2 is a completely different situation. Last of Us 2 is intentionally subversive because Neil Cuckman is like he wants to shove his ideology. He's been
wanted to be the Ryan Johnson.
The same thing about an additional side quest that adds literally nothing to the story. That if you chopped it off, no one would notice a difference. Why is it there? Intentionally trying to force an ideology. Cuckman has actively said, I'm a leftist, I'm liberal, I want to go ahead and put this up in my game, I want to put it at the forefront. Not only that, a side quest, let's look at Knights of the Old Republic. Knights of the Old Republic, you can make fucking Revan a boy or a girl. Canonically, Revan's a boy. You can do side quests and stuff in Knights of the Old Republic that render it non-canon. As an RPG, there's only one canon story, but you can play the game multiple times and get non-canon events. So canonically, Henry ain't a homo, and if you do the homo side quest, okay, you just play a non-canon version of the game. I get that, but then I think people are upset. Just to speak for the comments that I was getting, people were upset that in the original Kingdom Come Deliverance, he was a straight up, very straight dude. Being gay was not an option. It was shut down by the studio beforehand. And then the second one comes out, and now it is the canonical, like, this is what it is. He's a straight dude that goons for women. Then all of a sudden there's this random side quest at towards further into the game that has that to make him gay, and people are frustrated at that. And I understand where they're coming from. That's why I'm bringing it up to you guys.
That's fucking retarded to be frustrated at that.
So then what if, okay, let me give you an example, and I want you to give me your honest answer. What, and you can try to deflect this, but I want your honest answer. Try not to deflect. What if the next James Bond movie comes out and
it's not the same?
It's not the same.
There we go.
It's not the same.
That's not
Okay.
the
It's a
same.
movie.
What if a
It's
fucking James Bond video game comes out and there's an optional side quest for James Bond to be with a dude? How would you feel about that?
Actually, that's been addressed in the movies. At one point, James Bond was tortured by having shit shoved up his asshole, and it's not affecting him. And he goes, "What, do you think this is my first time?" Implying that James has actually had some butt play done. Now, so if they throw that in the game, technically there's canonical narrative there. Now, what I think
there's also the fact that James Bond is established as a womanizer.
Contain the conversation to the
be
game,
like,
bro,
oh wait,
because
there was a time where he totally admitted he was gay, so we're cool with this. Do you really think people would say that about James Bond?
we are talking about a video game with a multitude of ridiculous options, and we're going to get into it. But to answer your question back about the whole, is it ESG? Is it like semi, DEI, whatever related? Sure, it could be, right? I feel like anything's possible at that point. But then the question I have is, okay, our excuse or our thing that we've always said, at least that's what I thought, at least until Satanic Panic 2.0 came in. But what I always thought was, okay, nobody has an issue with gay people. That's what they say, right? Nobody has an issue with black people.
Right?
That's what they say, right? And they always say, well, you can put it in the game, but just don't make it forced and explain it. You make it make sense, right? So you have a black guy who's a traveling merchant who's part of an army that's invading, that's not even part of the area that Henry's in. So of course he's not from where Henry's from. And he's traveling with that army. What's to say that he wasn't part of that army, which historically has happened? There has been instances of that. So that takes that and throws a DEI out the water, number one. As much as people want to harp on that, and they just don't want to say what they really want to say, but that's attacking the fans, apparently. And number two, yeah, of course. I mean, you got BlackRock on that list, I think at number 13 or 14 or something like that. You got Vanguard at number 9. They're at 3% or less. Surely there must have been some decisions that were probably, or at least at the very least, some influence. I think that's pretty smart to say, right? But it's no fucking different than the games that everybody claims to enjoy that has those same exact small influences, just in a whole different manner. Perfect example would be Elden Ring. All these people who are shouting out Elden Ring to the moon, but it's got body type A and B, but suddenly it's okay because it's a From Software game and you can't help yourself because you just got to play it and join everybody else playing it. But that's the 3%. A and B is the 3. Wait. Hold on. A and B is the 3%. So when people say, oh, but Vanguard, doesn't matter. 3% DEI, no buy, no nothing. I'm non-binary, bitch. You bought Elden Ring. That's 3%. A and B, body type A and B is 3%. Whoa. You still bought it. You still played it.
People can't.
So what's the excuse? Are you actually for something?
I agree with you. I think it's a very good point. I think it's a big gray area. People have different levels of acceptance where body type A and B is a really annoying piece of shit. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, and then we got what are you doing to my canon of a game that's been established and now you're making my guy gay, or the option to make
RPGs have non-canon shit all the time. There's even non-RPGs. Like there are endings to Silent Hill where it turns out aliens did the whole thing and there's a dog in the flying saucer. That shit's non-canon.
There's non-canon things in Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1. Like there's so much non-canon shit like The Witcher 3. You can be with Tess and tell Yennefer the fuck off. Like you could do that. You could choose. These are non-canon choices. My thing is, why are people like, I don't even think it's necessarily the issue with the game. I just feel like a lot of people just read bullshit articles and they really just are fucking they just don't have their own personality. These people just read this shit and run with it. They just get their talking points from fucking grifter zealot fucking retards. They've become gaming hypochondriacs. That's what I'm calling it at this point. It's like the people that think that they have a serious fucking illness, but it's with gaming. It's like, oh, this game is woke. It's woke because of this. It's just because there's this one gay thing on the side, or forget even the game itself. I hear people say, well, this could set a terrible precedent for the next game. It's like, you are fucking hypochondriacs. Can you just fucking enjoy something if it's good, or if you don't want to fuck with it, it's fine. I'm not mad at you for not wanting to, but it's crazy the responses.
If I ask a question really quick, can I ask a question? So I'm sorry. So people are going to say false equivalency with Elden Ring because it's cope at the end of the day. So let's make an actual real equivalency, okay? So people are mad that they made Henry optionally gay. Right.
I don't even think that's a false one because
it's not. But I'm just gonna let them cope. I'm gonna let them cope. Let me give a better one. Let me give a better one. So, people are mad, and rightfully so. Whatever, fine. They're mad that Henry, that was confirmed by a community manager. I want to reference that, a community manager, not even Vavra at the time. A community manager confirmed that he is straight and white and Christian or whatever. Okay. In the first game, and they're mad now that he's optionally gay because apparently if they play the game, they're immediately going to land on a dick. So the actual equivalency will be okay. So from what I see, a lot of the people who claim that they're angry at Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 were also fans of Mass Effect. And I know people just hate when we bring that up, right? They don't like it. So let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Now people are going to say, well, Shepard, he's not 100% male or female. Okay. So if you played a male Shepard, right, and you play through the entire playthrough, you can't be gay until the third game. Okay, you can't be gay until the third game. There's no gay in the first one. There's no gay in the second one. If you play female Shepard, you could be gay in the first one. You can't be gay in the second one, and obviously you could be gay in the third one, right? Because there was a lot of backlash to the lesbian gay scene in the first one, so they decided to be a little bit safe with the second one, and they took it out. So how is that not any different? Like you're gonna say why? Because Shepard's a clean palette? No, the whole entire point that Vavra made, as much as I fucking can't stand that guy, is that you are playing the Henry that you want to play, right? Yeah. So what about all the people who are claiming that they fuck so many women, which by the way, you guys participated in pedophilia. If you actually, according to your logic, no, I don't give a fuck. If you, according to your logic, you participate. If you really played Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, which by the way, I know at least 2/3 of people didn't because it has 2/3 higher number compared to the first game. So that means 2/3 of the player base did not play Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 that are currently playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So if you want to sit out here and say, well, Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 was the greatest Christian moral game ever, but you out here fucking bitches as a 16, 17-year-old, whatever it was, Henry.
Younger than that.
At least according to them, by the way.
You play Persona 5, because if you play Persona 5, guess what? You're a high school kid. More than half the companions you can have, the romances, are fucking adults. You can fuck your teacher. You can fuck that doctor. Like, yeah, so you're committing pedophilia when you're playing Persona 5. That's lauded as one of the greatest RPGs of all time.
Right.
Medieval Ages of Consent, 12 for girls, 14 for boys.
They advertise that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 can't be jumped in without playing the first. So what the fuck does anything that happened in the first has to do with what's happening in the second? If you really are out here angry at the first, when they said that you could just jump into the second one, then it doesn't matter. The whole, what happened to the first game? What do you even know? You don't even know anything. You only knew what people are telling you. You're out here believing people that want to fuck Pokemon. That's literally what you're doing right now. You're out here believing people that have alt accounts to sell romance novels, smut romance novels under a fake female alias on Amazon. You're out here believing people like that.
Motherfucker.
But then the people who are consistent with RPGs who've been playing them for decades, you want to pretend like they went woke now? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Most of you guys, I'm telling you, most of the people who are hating on this stuff, they are just looking for any reason to try to get angry. And that's how I truly feel. And that's where I've always felt. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize for how I feel. That's just how it's been.
There's only one way that we're actually going to make anything better with this, what we've been campaigning, if you like, for the last decade. And that is to accept when something is not an example of all the shit that we have been fighting and is actually good.
Can I hit
Lord Doomer, do you actually know Lord Doomer? Are you looking at the book and it says that he's 15 because of the years? Do you know that?
That's legal in medieval times.
I'm not even talking about legal in medieval times.
There's a fucking question mark there because historically, we don't actually know when this guy was born because he was a real fucking person, by the way. So that's the year attributed. That's why there's a fucking question mark there.
This is how you know.
Can I please hit that real quick though, bro? Because
I just want to hit the codex, please, Kato, really quick. This is how you know the people who played and did not play, because the codex is not there to describe the characters that are in the game. The codex are there to describe the historical figures that the characters are based on, and they also tell you that the characters in game are fictional versions of them that have been exacerbated to some extent, whether by age, physique, overall, whatever. They are not going to be 100% to actual accuracy. There's no way you can make a 100% accurate game historically. There's just no way. As much as they want to claim historical accuracy, right? This is not. You know what? Can I just play the video? Kata, talk your shit. I'm gonna play the video.
Well, hold on. Before Kata talks, Zach's been waiting to talk for like 10 minutes here.
I'm sorry, Zach. My bad. My bad.
No, it's all good. I was gonna say, if I may, personally, I actually hate when things are forced with diversity and stuff. And in video games, one of my favorite video games, I'm a thing is if something has already been made. And canonically, it's always been that way. And there is just nothing that would indicate that this character would ever do a specific type of thing. Now, if you want to go ahead, but I'm all for, if you're going to create a new property and new characters and stuff like that, to go ahead and do the things you choose to do with that, I'm also okay with it because it's a brand new product. For example,
Zach, you got to raise your volume, brother.
Does it work now?
Maybe put your mic closer to your mouth.
Like go into settings.
No,
audio.
That's the same.
Now,
isn't there a booster? Hypno maybe has control. You can up his volume.
Yeah, how about?
That's better.
Okay. Sorry. So I was saying is I'm a huge fan of Apex Legends, and Apex Legends it was a brand new game. We all know there's some characters that are gay, lesbian,
almost
gay,
all the
bi. Yeah, like pretty much half of the roster. I love all the characters, regardless of the things that they put in it, because it's all new. It's a new property, new things. Therefore, I don't care. Like, in fact, I fully support all the stories they do in it because it's cool. And then you have Mass Effect, like you guys said. I'm a huge fan of that game. Play it multiple times. And yeah, you can play both ways. Like, there's nothing to be angry about or like choose or pick apart into that, because you got to live out the way you wanted to, play that story. So, if this game is new, I think this is my only input about this game. I haven't played it, but from listening to what you guys are saying and whatnot, if this game is new, it's a new property, and there's no canon, anything behind it. It's just kind of a telling of its own. If they do have a scene where he gets the opportunity to be gay or whatever, I actually don't have that. It's a choice. Majority of us, like, I know I wouldn't pursue that side quest just because, it's not within my nature to choose, but I'm going to hate on it.
Look at this. So Mass Effect is not a Christian game, for fuck's sake. Okay.
Right into what I was going to talk
Is
about.
Kingdom Come Deliverance?
Let Kata go.
I'm waiting for Zach to finish because everybody is so fucking stupid right now.
I saw Zach finish. I'm sorry.
Me. I'm gonna let Zach finish though.
No, I'm all set. I just wanted to, just say my piece, and that was it.
By the way, right, Zach, cool. I don't know if you know, but in the first game, you could be a virgin and not have sex with anybody. That's actually an achievement. So I guess fuck those people who played as virgins. Their canon doesn't count. Virgin Henry? No, nobody cares about those people who played Virgin Henry. Anyway, go ahead.
There was two things, because this was one of the things I wanted to hit, where people like, oh, this is a Christian game. You cannot try to make that kind of argument and draw that line, because your argument falls apart in the first fucking game. Because in the first game, you're robbing, stealing, killing, lying, all that shit, having sex with women, out of marriage and shit. That destroys your entire argument. And for two, if you want to say, oh, they're underage guys. If you look at those characters and say they're children, you're literally fucking lying. And for two, if they were underage, then where is this vitriol in this argument for the first game? Because in the first game, the one thing that you know about Hans is he's a fucking ladies man. He likes that shit. He's immature. That's what he likes to go do. And in the second game, in the first opening of the first 10 minutes, the first thing he's talking about is going to a bar to go fuck some bitches. So I'm trying to figure out, is it that he's underage? Is it that he's doing things that aren't Christian-like? Or is it you found out there was an optional gay scene that you have to do on your own, by the way, which is not canon. It can't be a canon thing, and it can't make him gay if it's an optional thing. Now, if the game was, you have to make him gay. You have to make him do these things, right? You have to make him be like, if it's a Dragon Age Veilguard thing, then it's like, it's woke because they changed him from straight to gay. What?
Kid, I'm sorry, bro. I just realized. So it's okay to murder kids, rape women, steal, beat people up, because that's what confession is for. I had no idea. I had no idea. Holy shit, it makes sense now.
By the way, Revan, just so you know, you're a non-canonical Revan because Revan never showed his face. You fucking retard.
Everything else makes sense. Holy shit.
Why did I do good as long as you repent?
Doesn't that mean you could be a homo too? Because confession exists.
Holy, I know. You can't confess about that. You can't.
I do want to say, like, as a Christian, like, one thing I will say is that one of the biggest things, there's all these things that we try to practice on being better to follow Christ, and one of the things that it does say is that do not force your the way that you practice the religion to get close to God and force it on other people, because that in itself is a judgment, and you're not supposed to judge other people like that. Like, so it's I don't know, it's weird. Like,
can I kill this conversation like immediately? This whole like pedo conversation, right?
Sheep,
Sheep, you got something? I'm sorry, go ahead. My bad. Go.
As a non-Christian, that is one of the most retarded things that a Christian can say.
Yeah, that's.
How do you think I covered my face?
Just again, drawing from personal experience and living in one of the most Catholic countries in the world, you've got hookers, trannies, drugs, guns, people lie, cheat, and steal. This sort of shit happens every single fucking day in the Philippines, and everyone just goes to church.
Bro, I live in the Bible Belt, and we have the Bible Belt is the part of the U.S. that has the highest divorce and child abuse rate. Fuck you, as a Christian. Fuck you if you're gonna have them statistics and be what's called the Bible Belt.
It's a bunch of bullshit being able to just go and confess to someone and you're automatically forgiven. It makes people sin more. You fucking idiots.
People. Hold on, real quick. People, so they claim I did false equivalency with all the games to prove hypocrisy, whatever. Cope, it's fine. So this is also cope, right? So this is the excuse that people are using a lot. You don't have to use the top surgery, guys. Oh my God, guys. So let me ask you a question. This is with the mindset and understanding, right, in your mind, that just being gay is just woke, right? Like being gay is woke. That's where this mindset comes from. And you think it's an equivalency by saying, oh, it's just top surgery scars. No, right? Top surgery scars are a modern day thing. Did not exist in the past. Did not exist up until recently. Just like the whole pronouns is title nonsense. Those are modern day ideologies that are being injected into video games, especially fantasy games, where they make no fucking sense. And yeah, they are optional, but that is actual modern ideology. Just being gay is not. That's not woke. People have been. I don't know why you guys want to deny history, but there's been gay people for the longest time. And I hate that I'm having to say that because I know the wokies love hearing that shit, but that's just what the truth is. That's what the truth is.
That's just the same thing as when I argued.
The biggest argument I'm hearing, I keep going back to, is people are upset about the change of canon with an optional quest. And that's really what.
It's not a change of canon if it's non-canon.
Okay, you can wait for me though. That's where the divide is. That's where you can start the argument. You start saying the other stuff like there's been gay people forever. That's not what people are arguing. I haven't heard that.
No, it is. There are people in this fucking chat just saying gay shit shouldn't be in games. Read this fucking chat.
It's literally the response I got from.
At some point, look, we can argue around this all day.
We agree it's stupid, but the fact that there are dumbasses in chat that do have that ideology.
The reality is, people are mad that there is a gay scene in the video game. They can talk around it all they want to. They don't want to see faggot anything in the game. That's just what it is. They don't want to be honest about that conversation because it's honest. That's the problem. They don't want to say that. But
the community managers said that he was straight and Christian. FYI. And Daniel Vavra responded and said that our lore and our story is not told in the comments of YouTube, is told in the game, which is basically saying that the canon is whatever you make it as the player.
Right.
So,
which goes to the bigger problem here with how their PR has been handled. I think we all agree on that.
Terrible. He's been an absolute idiot on Twitter. Like, he's done this game no favors. And Revan,
you do. You'd be fucking the shit out of the guys in the third game for sure.
My guy, you know what? You're proving exactly why I'm so fucking irritated, because the contradictions in the picking of what you choose to be upset about is what's annoying me. Y'all don't have a fucking position that you want to take, but you do have one, but you're afraid to say what it is. Like Cassie said, just say you don't like the gays, you don't want the blacks, you want them back in the field, you want the women with the chastity belts. Just say that's what the fuck your position is, and there won't be a problem. But don't try to equate it to something else.
To be fair, I think that's like 1%. Just to be fair,
absolutely,
that's what I'm saying.
Very loud minority. That's what
people with the fucking microphone.
You said MAGA? That was
close.
That was close.
MAGA with a heart.
The people with the microphone, the megaphones. That's what I meant to say. The megaphones, the John F. Trent's, the fucking John De La Rose that write for Phantom Post, and they have other people with big platforms that retweet it. They're the ones that sound fucking retarded. But it doesn't matter if 100%. Everybody else is denying them and saying, no, that's not what we're saying. The idiots, and I mean like the fucking airbags and the Alyssas, they're going to look at that. They're going to go, oh, that's what they're not going to say John F. Trent. They're not going to say John De La Rose. They're going to say they and collect everybody together and say that's what they think. So even if I sit here and say, I don't give a fuck who you having sex with, who, what your skin color is, your gender, none of that shit. Just don't try to force that into the game as a virtue, right? I can say that. They will go, oh, no, he doesn't like the blacks. He doesn't like the gays because John De La Rose is out here making articles saying so. And that
is exactly what he's fucking saying too, because I sat and wrote like a 500-word definition of what woke actually means. First response I got from that fucking rat bastard was, no, it means black and gay.
I'm not going to really more beyond this part of the conversation. I'm just going to call out one comment. I'm not going to turn this to a big political thing. But Katsgrin says libertarians and conservative are different, simple as. No, because conservatives are all about conserving government power. It has nothing to do with who you want to fuck. So don't even make it a political thing. That's a fucking stupid comment. Continue.
That's actually pretty interesting though, because I think what this kind of game does is it shows that there is actually three sides to things and not just left or right, which a lot of people like to utilize as a way to push whatever they want to push. There are a lot of centrists that lean a little bit right, a little bit left, but these kind of games are where that shows, because quite often a lot of games that have come out recently over the last couple of years have been extreme on either side, where it's been pretty easy to tell which, where the game kind of falls, right? This is probably one of those games that, and this is the reason why the game is number one, successful. Number two, every poll that you look at, when you say, is the game woke or not, it's almost a 50-50 split, right?
It's wild.
This is why this kind of game shows that, there is that kind of middle ground for a lot of people. And it's not something that gets explored very often. So I think it's good conversation, no matter how much people want to troll and be like, oh, you're woke now. Yeah, suck my dick. I don't give a fuck, right? That's what you want to hear. Like, I really don't care, bro. The game
is not woke, it's libertarian. Too bad, man. You don't like it. Suck my fucking imaginary dick.
Another game that's been more divisive in the entire gaming community ever. Like, ever. This is wild. Like, can you name another game that split everyone as crazy as this has?
It's manufactured. It is manufactured.
A lot of it is manufactured.
The majority of it, because it would not be nearly as divisive if these fucking two John cocksuckers weren't grifting like the bitches that
article. I'm going to be streaming all night about that shit.
Can we please get into that? Can we get into the pure just
the game exposes lying. The fence-sitting creators. It also exposes the people that never played the first game, by the way, like you. So it's fine.
Wait, just because your opinion isn't left or right does not inherently, because fence sitter is a pejorative for somebody that wants to avoid the conflict of both sides. No, sometimes people can just actually have a nuanced down the middle opinion. So if you're going to say something like fence sitter, at least use it correctly, because if you're down the middle on this, like, oh, you know what? While I hate woke shit, this isn't woke, and I'm not also going to just throw a fit about a gay shit in a game. That's not a fence-sitting position. That's using common sense, logic, and nuance.
This comment's great right here. Look at this. This is the Hogwarts of the right. Yes.
Damn, that's pretty much, right?
Yes,
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes,
I think that these fucking fandom pulse grifter shitheads are not sitting on the fence. They're leaping across it, then leaping back wherever the fucking wind is blowing.
Nerdigans had a comment.
Stand for nothing.
Says Smash JT, JDA, and John Trent are tourists who never played the game. Which, to be full disclosure, I have not played it either. But at least
shocker.
Huh?
You don't play games, Smash.
Holy shit. No, but here's the difference.
SmackTV.com is just another fandom pulse.
It's part of the joke, Smash. You don't play games. Come on.
No, here's the difference is I am forthcoming with what games I play and which ones I don't, where I feel like they are straight up grifting off of everything they can, pretending like they give a shit, and that's why people shouldn't be playing the game. And I'm like, no.
Don Roasted told me himself he doesn't play games that aren't Nintendo games.
He did? He said that to you?
He said that.
You know what I heard from a little birdie? That apparently John F. Trent's favorite game is Persona 5.
Wow.
Oh.
Shocker.
You know in Persona 5 you can have a relationship with every single woman in the game.
Ryan wants to say something.
Let Ryan talk. Guys, it's going to get ugly now. All right.
The discourse around Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, first of all, we're going to get more topics like this in the future. Second of all, it's an entertainment-first game. If there is any agenda, it's very subtle, and you're going to see more projects from more companies that follow that model. Entertainment first. If there is any agenda, it'll be a distant second, and the discourse will be exactly like this. You will have moderate creators and more radical creators going at each other's throats. It will ultimately lead to a compromise where we make entertainment great again, no matter its field.
No fucking compromise. What are you talking about?
Having entertainment first, and if there isn't an agenda, it's a very different second.
Right, I agree with the entire statement, though.
I understand.
I don't think that, because you're saying agenda, right? Like, because you're saying, oh,
everyone has an agenda.
Because the gay, that would be making like, oh, the gay sex scene is like an agenda. What is like, no, that's not what that means. That's just like, a video game. Because if that's the case, I like to bring this point up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
In Skyrim, if you have the one charm, you can literally marry anybody you want to. I forget the name of the necklace, but you can marry anybody, which inherently makes everybody in that game buy. Is that an agenda?
I wonder if it goes deeper.
It's
like
all about the subtlety of it,
the scene actually shows them like cuddling and shit, and it's like it gets pretty deep, and that makes a lot of people very uncomfortable.
This guy's projecting a lot of love for kids, man. You love kids? Is that what it is? You fuck kids? You can be honest. It's fine.
No,
is that what it is? Is that why you won't play this game? Because you can't control yourself at the mere thought of potentially fucking kids. Although, by the way, just to kind of dispel this whole notion really fast. So this is from Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. This is Deep Silver doing a playthrough of a little bit of a launch party. Here.
Well, I've got to.
So the way the leveling system works is there's your base stats, which are in charisma, strength, speechcraft, etc. And the more you level those up, there are certain points where if you get enough ticks, then it progresses your main level. So my mother's going in on me again about learning sword fighting. My father's a blacksmith. There's a whole plot line here that's beginning to unfold. It's a bit shady at this point.
How old is it?
Henry is 27.
He's the same age as I am. Yeah. Man, he has barely gotten his butt out of the house.
Yeah, I know.
Holy shit. And not only that, the developers have also come out and stated there are no kids in the game whatsoever. Which, by the way, if you guys want to have even more fun about this, here, let's just have fun. Fuck it. So there is a Steam thread that I found, and I will showcase it to you right now. Hold on. Don't go nowhere.
So let me hear one of y'all say pedophilia is bad. I mean, what the fuck? What is that? Why is that like the obvious need to be said?
Oh, because he's retarded, bro.
I mean,
he's
that's so fucking obvious. It's so obvious pedophilia is bad that you
look.
You shouldn't even have to fucking say it.
For the people who actually played the original game, there's a lot of threads like this, by the way. But I guess I'll just show you one. No children. I just realized something after a year playing this game. There are no children at all. The game is so historically accurate in virtually every other way, but the fact that there are no children at a time when having many children was necessary for the survival of the local community is an astonishing overlook by the developers.
Yo, Nerdigans is calling out the Civic XP in chat saying it's a JDA alt account.
Of course it is, bro.
That would be funny.
It wouldn't surprise.
Hi, JDA. You can't help watching.
That'd be funny. JDA can't engage in conversation because he knows he would just lose.
He can't.
No, JDA can't engage in conversation because he can't say words with more than one syllable.
You can't arrive at a cohesive
just
point.
so you're aware, there is a lot of
opinion.
threads like this where people are talking about there's no children. Why is there no children? I don't understand. People are saying it's jarring or whatever. The developers flat out said there are no children in the game. There's nobody even remotely close to being a child in the game for obvious, depictions. And not only that, they're just flat out lazy. They said that they don't want to take the time to develop teenagers, young kids, and do different animations, different voices. They just flat out are lazy. They want to tell the story, and they're going to tell it that way. So there's literally no kids in this game. So this entire narrative about, oh, you're supporting pedophilia, you guys are fucking stupid. You're listening to the people who, I'm telling you, do not actually care about gaming in any way.
Manufacturing rage bait for clicks and attention and pushing propaganda. That's all they're doing.
At this
and
point,
then we
I'm
get
sorry
the
that
blame
she's doing
for
you
stuff
smash.
like
She's still a fucking cunt and all that. But frankly, I like Alyssa Mercante more than JDA and JFT because at least in her psychotic, fucked up brain, she believes that dumbass shit she says when these dudes are fucking lying for money. Like,
this is exactly what I said.
That's
exactly what I said. You can't even trust them as
agree
enemies.
with you on a point like that, Leon, and you got me.
I agree with him.
I'm telling you right now, guys, stop. We are in the Satanic Panic 2.0. I'm telling you right now, I told these guys in the chat, and I'm calling it right now. We are in the Satanic Panic 2.0. It is starting to rise up, unfortunately, and I'm sorry for all the based religious people I have in my chat that I know you're out there, but these people are manufacturing bullshit rage to try to get video games censored that they don't like. 100%. This is what happens when the pendulum swings one way. What ends up happening is they try to grab it and swing it all the way to the right. They realize that, oh, it's actually getting closer to the middle, little by little. We're doing better. We got victories here. Nope. Bring the pendulum all the way to the right. This is exactly what's happening right now. And people are falling for these dumb motherfuckers who are on Twitter and they're like, oh, get woke, go broke. It didn't pass 100K. And then the next tweet the next day, get woke, go broke. It didn't pass 200K. And then the next tweet after it passed 200K, get woke, go broke. It didn't pass 300. Shut the fuck up, bro. None of these people are lying to you. And then you're angry at the people who are telling you their honest opinions. Meanwhile, these people out here lying to you, and they have alt accounts where they literally sell smut novels as a pseudonym fake female writer.
That's not
for all y'all motherfuckers out there throwing a fit about pedophilia. Guess how many of y'all motherfuckers about Ninja Gaiden Black when what's her name is a fucking 14-year-old and you're watching her tits jiggle and probably to it. Yeah, you fucking sickies.
Here's the thing, man, that people aren't talking about. You are allowing people like JDA, like John F. Trent, like Melanie Mack to diminish the important, serious situation of child sex abuse, all for monetary gain, and you're just simply out here peddling their bullshit, their rhetoric that they're making money off of, and then you look like a sucker listening to them because you're getting no money for it, but you're still peddling this, which diminishes child sex abuse. You look like clowns. And not
Vanderbilt's not a Substack. They ain't getting money either.
It's no different than people just virtue signaling about BLM or whatever else. They're like, yeah, stop Asian hate, BLM this, blah, blah, blah. It's the same. It's like, pedophilia is bad. It's like, we all fucking know that.
Mind you, these people will be like, yeah, I like anime. Yeah, Sailor Moon is cool. They're all underage, bitch. Literally every fucking Sailor Moon is underage. Yeah. Oh, you like Evangelion? Yeah, most of them are underage too. Oh, you like Dragon Ball? Yeah, Bulma was naked in the first manga book, by the way, and Master Roshi wanted to fuck her. And she was 16. She was 16 in the first book.
Yeah, she
I got the book right here.
Yeah, so far, right there.
Matter of fact, there's like in the first fucking chapter of Dragon Ball, Bulma's trying to basically she's
using her sexual appeal
with Goku, who's a child at that point.
Yeah, she's trying to fuck Goku, who's like 9 years old or something. I don't know how old he was.
Shows him her panties to get the Dragon Ball off him, and he says,
I think she goes topless in front of him too.
In the second episode, he pulls off her knickers while she's sleeping.
Oh my god! Cancel Dragon Ball.
Yeah, she doesn't have a tail.
Okay.
In the third episode, she shows her fucking vagina to Master Roshi. She thinks she's wearing panties, but she's not. Yeah, I mean, it's just smut comedy. It always was.
No. I brought up this argument.
I had to put on my pedo cap, apparently. Fucking
because
retard.
JDA said woke means gay and black. Y'all remember in Gears of War with Coltrane and everybody loved fucking Coltrane. Nobody was like, oh, this game, why they got the black dude so charismatic and killing all these people? And then like I brought up so many examples of like everything that you're saying is fucking bullshit, right? Y'all don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea what it means.
People are pissed about the character Musa being in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because he's educated and he talks about how people in his world are educated, not like the peasants in Bohemia. But actually, he's from Mali, and Mali was one of the richest, most successful trading hubs in the world at that time.
He's
might
called
have been the
Musa
richest
Mali.
country in the world. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mali of Musa Mali.
He's a traveling merchant. And it's like, oh, so wait, you're angry because the black guy talked down to you, but you could talk down to the black guy? It's like, what the fuck?
And
so
the only
black guy you were allowed to talk down to was Kata.
Not even.
Well, I mean, that's a given, obviously.
Jesus.
No.
Again, guys, at this point, like I said, man, you want to listen. People could believe what they want, and that's perfectly fine. Like the one thing I will never do is tell you what to and not to believe. I don't care. If you want to support the game, go for it. If you don't want to support the game, go for it. I've responded to a bunch of people on Twitter saying, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not going to buy the game. Still fine. That's perfectly fine. Like you, right? And I'll never tell you not to do that. I don't tell people whether or not to buy games or not. I just try to give you the information that I have, my own personal opinions. And the one time, if I have an opinion that you disagree with and you thought I was for something related to RPGs, when I've been having this argument since Baldur's Gate and even before that, if you have that misconception, I apologize. Go watch maybe some of my older stuff. I don't know. But at this point now I feel like everybody understands where we stand. But what I will tell you is that there are people out there that are 100% manufacturing bullshit for their own cause. And they're trying to take down this game. This game is their target. And trust me, their next target is going to be Doom because they've already said it. Right? They've already said that Doom is woke and they're going after it. Doom is non-binary, blah, blah, blah. And I know a lot of you guys in the chat love Doom and you'll never consider it to be woke. Well, guess what? A lot of the people peddling the rage right now over Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 are also the ones calling Doom woke. So realize the slippery slope because you're on it right now. Just realize.
If I want to ask a dumb question, we're talking about a guy who kills hell's demons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said the game was woke because there was a female in the trailer, and then they said, what did that one idiot say? He said, "Oh, the dragon's wings are too pink."
Dragon's wings are too
so now he's the tranny, great.
Difficulty sliders are woke, and apparently a militaristic female not being dolled up is also woke.
Doom is trans dragons.
Yeah. Like the bitch is fighting demons and you want to put makeup on? All right, sure, whatever.
So what I was gonna say,
I haven't got to run from this caca demon or my mascara will run. What the fuck?
I can't, bro.
And I would argue there's a lot of very diverse opinions on this panel tonight on the situation, but one thing we all agree with is the JDA and John Trent and Melody Mac and that
Grifters.
whole is hardcore grifters, and we all agree on that. And
in every sense of the word,
you can't even trust them as enemies.
In every sense, the guy said literally today, he said
we're gonna do this.
He said, "Hey, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a flop because it didn't hit 300,000 concurrent players." And what did he say about Dragon Age Belgard? He said, it hit 400,000 in its first week.
My God,
You're
man.
A literal fucking liar.
What
because everybody knows it didn't even crack 90K. What are we talking
To my
about?
knowledge,
sitting on the fence and moving the goalposts.
To my knowledge, Melanie Mac said if you buy Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, you're supporting gay porn. Is that right?
I believe I heard that.
I don't know what she said.
Does somebody have the tweet before I show what I'm going to show? Because I don't have the tweet.
It
doesn't matter. You could bring up the tweet. You could bring up the tweet. It doesn't matter. So if you buy Kingdom Come Deliverance, you are supporting gay porn. This is coming from somebody. This is coming from somebody who played on November 18, 2014, multiple streams of Dragon Age Inquisition, which, by the way, massively gay. Lots of gay sex in that game. And so if we're using that level of knowledge, if we're using that level of like, I don't know, what do you even want to call it? Like
hyperbole? But no, it's okay. She went to confession.
No, here's the thing.
That makes it irrelevant. Then never mind. Makes it irrelevant. Got it.
Oh yeah, it's in the private chat.
I will give her some credit. She's very good at being so over the top ridiculous, not caring about hypocrisy, because she knows people will talk about her and get the word of her out there, and she will, even if it's bad, people will see her and be like, oh, whatever, she's kind of cute and whatever, I'll follow her because she's popular. Like that's what she is.
She's retarded. She's still hot. Let's be real. She's still fucking banging. Like,
can we
for
admit
the
something?
record? For the
Really
record,
quick,
I'm not
Will,
happy
really
about.
quick.
Oh, go on.
Just really quick, can we admit something? I guarantee you, right? If the Wokies weren't angry over the J.K. Rowling stuff in Hogwarts Legacy, how much you want to bet these people would have been attacking Hogwarts Legacy and not playing it? But the only reason they supported it is because it was anti what the left was doing at the time, and that's literally the only reason why.
Only reason,
because that game is also very, it has woke shit in it, 100%.
Yep.
There's
a
trans
bartender and everything.
No. Not only that, there's the transgender bartender, and the one person that these people like to prop up, Melanie Mack, was playing it on stream in a tank top and booty shorts.
Yep.
So that's what I mean by you can't do the contradiction bullshit.
When I played Hogwarts Legacy and I ran into that trans bartender, I was like, this is the most stupid fucking shit in the world. But then I also lost my mind because I'm like, the funny thing is these dumbass trans people on Twitter right now calling this game transphobic when there's a literal fucking trans NPC within an hour and a half of you playing the game. Are you kidding me?
It's not enough,
are you kidding me? So it's like, this is why, as much as I am 100% anti actual woke shit, I cannot be 100% on either side. And I've said this so many times, but then people who are looking for tribalism, they get shocked when, every once in a blue moon, there's a game that comes out that's very great for me. And I have my opinions and they just lose it. I'm like, bro, you can't be 100% on either side, because look what happens when you're on either side. You get to a point where you say you're against something like this, like vehemently. If you buy a game that has gayness in it, you're supporting gay porn. But then you played a game that has gayness in it. You bought it. Like, you admit that you spent your own money on it. She's not the only one. I'm not going to call her out specifically. You know what? This fucking guy is so annoying, bro. This is definitely JDA alt account or something. 100%.
Hey, by the way,
I need to point out this
it's a fucking video game. Like, when you watched Rocket Man, the Elton John biopic, did you think that was real life history? It's got scenes of him fucking like singing Rocket Man underneath a swimming pool. Like, shouldn't he be drowning if it was real life history? It's fiction, you dumb fuck.
Well, for them, they want to censor fiction. Like, and then I know Savvy's very strong on this. I would love to have Savvy on, but she gooned too hard, too much hentai, and blew up her PC. But she'll come back soon, hopefully. But
that's really what happened.
No, it's not really what happened. It's
I mean, her PC busting, not gooning too hard.
Her PC definitely busted. I don't think it was only the PC either, but it's fine.
That's fucking funny.
She
I'm not wearing booty shorts.
That's so,
everybody in the chat's like, hey, the booty shorts. I'm not wearing booty shorts.
I would love to see. I would love to see what she would say about this, because I already know, right? She's very anti-censorship with fiction, and rightfully so. A lot of the people who are complaining about Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 have also watched movies that have had depictions like that in the past, guaranteed. Especially if you are 90s kid, 2000s, early 2000s, guarantee you saw shit that was highly sus, of adults pretending to be teenagers in high school doing all kinds of interesting shit.
I'll do you one better real quick, Hypno. Anybody see Scary Movie?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Remember that the gym teacher was a Miss Man?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
There was that scene where she goes, "Well, Cindy, we all have our secrets," and just reveals the balls.
The balls come
just
out.
The balls fall out. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
and Cindy's
real
supposed
quick,
to be
I want to address a
teenager.
comment that I actually kind of respect. Miss Lunatic, who you came at this rationally, so I'm gonna give you a rational opinion in reverse. Consumers are allowed to voice being anti-gay. That's why Pokemon Mario sell better than the most the titles, even the Pokemon's ever. Consumers are absolutely allowed to voice this, and no one's saying they're not allowed to voice it. At least what I'm saying. I don't speak for anyone else. What I'm saying is, if you're gonna voice that you're anti-gay, have a good fucking argument, not one that's so easy to tear down, because and I'm not saying you're doing this, but the people are doing it, because Jesus Christ, it makes y'all look fucking retarded. If you don't want gay shit, it makes everybody.
It makes everybody look bad. I'm not remotely happy about the fact that we've had to come to this point where we're having to say this shit about people we maybe used to respect or even like. But the cause is to get back to common sense, always has been. And if that's going to happen, I cannot be getting lumped in with a bunch of actual double dealing, goalpost moving, fake virtuous, actual grifters. It weakens our position overall. It lays the foundation for the woke spurg merchants to take power again. This is literally what caused wokeness, was the fucking satanic panic.
Well, that's what it is, man. Where it's because things were transitioning, becoming a little bit more nice choice of words, right? Becoming a little bit more progressive. Yeah, and then it kind of went the other way, for the most part. But the satanic panic absolutely pushed people back slowly to the progressive side, and it led to a lot of censorship or attempted censorship. I mean, I always bring it up because the story is relevant and pretty recent still for the most part. But right now, we have experienced anime, manga, especially in Sheep Knows, being banned in the United States right now. And a lot of it, you would look at it and be like, why the fuck was this banned? Like Assassination Classroom got banned in multiple red Christians. Like,
dude, they got banned in schools in Florida, South Carolina. Yeah,
because it teaches a tentacle monster.
No, because it was titled Assassination Classroom. They thought it would inspire school shootings.
Yeah, so they banned it. It's like he banned one of the best
mangas. 2024, by the way, Will. This is recent.
Hypno, I got a question for you. You're making solid points, and I agree with you. Like, for the most part, let me ask you: has there been a positive or two that came out of it? Because
of what?
Obviously, from what you're talking about, how all this shit, that's where it came from, where it started, all the things that were being affected. Was there any positives? Ever so slightly, if it was small, that came from it, even though there was so much that was bad. Did it do any good?
The only real positive I can see is that people have better defined their own positions on things now. So that's why we're looking at 3 factions rather than 2 and blah, 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 blah.
I don't even consider it factions, bro, at this point. It's like, who plays games and who doesn't? That's
what it is. Yeah, who can see common sense and who is charged by one extreme or the other.
Let's take games out of the equation for a moment and just talk about art, whether it be games or movies or music or books. If you are actually anti-woke, if you claim to be anti-woke, here's how you know. Otherwise, you're a fucking grifter. Do you stand for artistic freedom and integrity? Is your stance let the artists do what they want with no outside interference and then let the market decide?
I think that's a really good question, but what's happening is it's being compromised right now, and that's what the argument is turning into. So it goes beyond, because it used to be, hey, let the art free reign, let them do it. But then we have now external influences potentially, and even Hypno said this when he was on stream with me the other day. We don't have a smoking gun yet. If we did, Hypno even said he would change his complete stance on everything. If there was something that came out that was like, oh, he actually did it for this.
That's what I said as well.
If there was like an email or something from Embracer and it sent to Vabra and it's like, you want us to, obviously that's going to be hard to do.
It's
hard
very hard thing to do.
But if something like that came out and it was guaranteed, hell yeah, I'd be like, all right, well, they definitely did it they sold out, essentially.
And immediately I would change my position as well. Yeah.
What the difference?
The question is that nobody's bringing up: is the game compromised by these choices that are in here that everyone's crying about?
Clearly not. It's not a milli.
Everything that I've seen, it's not compromised.
I'm almost 10 hours into the game and haven't seen a single gay thing at all. But I almost fucked someone though. I almost fucked a woman. So there you go.
Demonic.
What happens? You get cocked up at the last minute.
It says in the comments, Demonic 114 Spark says woke art should exist because it's funny when it flops. Fair fucking enough.
That's fair. I agree with that actually.
I agree. I mean, if that's what you want to do, we can criticize it, but at the end of the day, you're making that, and people are like, no, I don't want that, right? Now, but if you have something that is, established and things, you have people saying, oh, we're doing this deliberately to change the lore because, we want to virtue the gays, the blacks, the women's, and things like that. Then I'll go, oh yeah, okay, I hear what you're saying. But from all this with the Dragon, or not Dragon Age, the fucking Kingdom Come Deliverance shit, I don't see it. I don't see it.
I bet Assassin's Creed Shadow feeling real good right now because we ain't fucking dragging on them for once.
And that's another thing.
It'll be their turn soon again.
That's another thing. I mean, this isn't the same thing. It's like Dragon Age or Assassin's Creed Shadows, where you could clearly see them doing things to do a certain thing. Like you put Yasuke in there because he's black. Point blank period. That's why you did it. You know what I mean? And it's Assassin's Creed. Oh my god. Never mind. Let me stop.
Real quick.
I almost took to my spit.
It's almost like these fucking assholes do not want you to play video games at all because they're going after this game. They're going to go after Avowed, and I'm naming games that perhaps should be criticized. Like Avowed definitely has some serious criticisms, deservingly so, against it. They're going to go after Doom because now apparently that's woke too. Assassin's Creed Shadows because it's retarded. Like, essentially, you just don't want gamers to play video games. At what fucking point are we going to have an honest conversation and saying, like, you're just totally just eliminating the entire gaming playing field?
Well, what they've learned is it's not.
Can I show the chat something real quick?
Yeah.
Don't.
This is how gay my adventure is. Check this out. Watch this. Is this her? Yeah.
God be with you.
God's about to be with you in 2 seconds.
I think Bahunak won't be bothering you anymore.
This is a very gay game.
Licking.
Oh, I did. Now it's your turn.
Beat the shit out of him.
Get out of here.
Proper licking.
How'd you know I was going to pick that?
That's an understatement.
The funniest one, I guess. That's what I would pick.
Wait. It goes downhill from here.
Unfortunately, I can't pay you for it.
You don't have to. You don't have to pay me. Not with money.
Just drop him.
I know where this is going.
Drop him.
I expected a better reward. Yeah.
Thanks. I suppose. I thought you'd repay me differently.
Oh, I see. You thought if you helped me, I'd be more than happy to spread my legs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, actually,
it gets worse. I don't care about my reputation.
You were wrong.
Fuck.
You're a bath wench, aren't you? You do things like that all the time.
Oh, certainly. That's all women are good for, eh?
Most of the time, yes. Come
on. Sexism.
Oh, damn.
Absolutely.
So now you can grope me.
Yes.
But you'll have to pay for it. I won't ever let anyone grope me for free again.
Oh, come on.
Especially you.
Ew.
Take care, my friend.
Denied. Are you
serious? Take care, my friend.
Denied.
That's
that fucking side eye she's giving you. Look at that side eye.
Classic jank.
That's
She's
the
like,
gayest shit I've ever seen in my life.
She's like, you bastard, you don't know what you're talking about. She's like, I'm
fair. It's a lot easier to get in bed with a dude than it was to get in bed with her. So
to be fair, I could have went to the maid and paid her, whatever it was, 20 groschen, and I could have got some, but I didn't do it on a principle. Okay.
Why are they all speaking English? They should be speaking Czech or Bohemian or whatever the fucking language dominated the region.
That always bothered me about Star Wars.
But again, just to bring it back to the conversation, Goonergate would be fine if I would have fucked this girl. Age wouldn't matter at that point, right?
Yeah,
I didn't think so.
And it's interesting as well. The funny thing for me was like there was actual some gameplay jank in there where she spends like 2 minutes dressing you down and then you get back to the actual gameplay and she says, "Take care, my friend."
Yeah, literally, like hyped it up. And before that, before I fought the guy, she hyped it up, bro. She's like, "I'll pay you another way." I'm like, "Okay."
Oh, you fucking cock tease.
Yeah, I got destroyed, bro. Anyway, let's end this fucking topic. We got to get into other topics. It's already almost at 2 hours, man. Any last thoughts? It's a
fascinating topic. It really is.
It is.
It's the best topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I answer Zach's question? Because I didn't actually get to answer. He asked me really quick. The best thing I like about this is, again, from a content creator standpoint, I think people realize there's a lot more to the conversation, and they are what I call fair weather subscribers that are gonna just stick with you as long as you keep saying the right things. And the moment you say the wrong thing, even once, they're gonna leave. The majority are not like that, and I appreciate the ones that aren't, which is why we are at, we've hit 1,300 people concurrent tonight. It's very clear that the majority of people are still watching, and if some people want to leave because of that, that's fine. But at least we were. At least we got to hit an understanding. Right, that's what I like. At least we got to hit understanding, and I like having the conversation. Other people don't. A lot of people just want to troll. They want to say I'm attacking, whatever. Like that's why I spoke to Jay Viper yesterday, and it was a good conversation. I think. I really enjoy when things like this happen. I love when, and this doesn't happen often, when you have a game that is so gray for the most part that only the people that are on either extreme are going to call it something, and everybody else in the middle are just playing it or choosing not to. So
it
that's,
also helps an audience to find who is actually authentic. I always say authenticity is the currency of the internet, and at the moment, the people who watch our channels or watch other channels are discovering who actually means what they're saying, who's willing to stick to their fucking convictions, and who's not, and who's just a grifter. So that's fine.
Well, to add to that, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, no, to add to that, because my final thoughts goes along with your authenticity, because it's about probably the most inauthentic person on the platform. Yo, JDA, watch your Lucario plushie and stay away from schools, homie.